Hi there, it's Jeff Woods from the radio show Records and Rock Stars and the artist interview and performance podcast featuring emerging artists and major rock stars alike here in my home studio near Blue Mountain Village, where today, wherever you're watching, the Village brings you another special episode. And rather than staging it at MJ Burns in Blue Mountain Village like we did the first couple of times, we're doing our part to stay home and to stay safe. This is the third week of Après at home, and if you're just tuning in now, make sure you go back and check out the previous two episodes. The first one featured Madison Galloway, and the second, Carla Crawford, with her producer and performer, Craig Smith. This time, the stars have come out and are from a band that has more than once graced the stage of Blue Mountain Village and my own Records and Rock Stars podcast. Members of Jane's Party, Jeff and Tom and Devin, welcome to Après at Home.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure. It's great to see you. We're going to talk about lots of things, including something called the Marshmallow Review. First, let's go straight to it and play a couple of songs so people can get a feel for how you look and how you sound in the great outdoors. Here's Jane's Party.
I feel like playing a song, Tom. That was a question. Do you feel like playing a song?
Yeah, I think we could do one.
Old school one?
Yeah, let's
Some hot noise vibes?
Yeah, let's kick it old school.
Because I've only got 2 matches left. It's the windiest day. And my problems seem to come right back whenever you're away. There's hell out there and it burns my eyes all day long. I couldn't tell inside if you realized it all gone wrong. Can't you hear me calling out your name? Can't you feel it flow right through your veins? I know. Just meet me halfway. It all went by so fast, it felt like I just closed my eyes. Too much of anything, it'll hold you down, pass you by. Can't you hear me calling out your name? Can't you feel it flow right through your veins? I know. Just meet me halfway. Can't you hear me calling out your name? Can't you feel it flow right through your veins? I know. Just meet me halfway. Just meet me halfway. Just meet me halfway. I know. Just meet me halfway.
One, two. I don't know where you're from your satellite.
control of the time you stole. Now I can't let go if the truth's been told. No, I don't know what I'm on, but the feeling's right. You were there for a moment, and then you were gone. And I won't ever forget, oh, just what I saw. With your ruby reds and your velvet gown, you left that place like it was coming down. No one will believe in, oh, just what I found. I don't know where you're from, you're a satellite. I don't know why you've come, but the feeling's right. I don't know where you're from, you're a satellite. No, I don't know why you come, but the feeling's right. Did I lose control of the time you stole? Now I can't let go if the truth's been told. No, I don't know what I'm on, but the feeling's right.
Après at Home is underway, episode 3, featuring Jane's Party from their feature film, The Marshmallow Review, which they're going to talk about. There's a couple of acoustic performances to get us started. Satellite featuring the complete band, Zach and Jeff and Tom and Devin, and the song Meet Me Halfway featuring 3 members of Jane's Party. Here today on Après at Home, we've got Jeff and Tom and Devin. I'll get you to tell us before we go back to the lake with performances from this feature film about how that came together and some of what went down that day, because you make it look so easy, but I know it's stressful doing a shoot. The first time I met you guys, I don't know if you remember, I saw you perform as the house band at the Regent Park School of Music annual gala, where they raise money for this great school in downtown Toronto. And what struck me is how pro the 4 of you are, not just on your instruments and not just on one instrument, but on many, and that you're all accomplished singers in your own right. Here's the question. How much of that is innate, inborn, and how much of that is learned? Jeff, start with you if you want, or anyone. I'm putting you on the spot now, Jeff.
That's a tough one. I think I think it's learned. I think it's years of playing live, and it's years of working on your craft, interacting with other musicians, listening to great music. I think there are some people who are born with maybe a greater ability, but I'd like to say a lot of people out there could get to where we are with some hard work and perseverance.
Who made that noise? Was that Tom? Or Devin?
Tom.
Tom, and your reaction to that?
I guess Tom might not agree.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was innate. I thought it was a 10.
That's good.
No, yeah, just honestly, I think we've been playing for a long time, so a lot of that I think comes together over time and over the years. It's always like great, just like playing with new people and sort of, it's like meeting someone new for the first time. You get to kind of test each other out and have that first impression kind of honeymoon phase. But I think we're well past our honeymoon phase, where really the real work and the real shedding happens, and that can be equally as exciting, being a long-term relationship like that, and discovering new things about yourselves 10 years in and things like that. I think a lot of our playing, sometimes we think back to things that we were playing or songs that we were writing 5 or 7 whatever years ago, and all of that kind of feeds into the present. So we draw on this wealth of acquaintance, I guess.
Well put. I should qualify that for those who don't know, that you guys not only do have that inborn talent. I do believe so. All musicians do. But you went to school, and that's where you hung out in the early days of what became Jane's Party. Tell us a bit about that formal training, Devin, if you would.
Well, I think to go back to your comment about something innate, I think that there is something that drives us, particularly this insatiable need to keep creating music and keep playing together. I don't think you get into your 30s and still be in a band if you don't really love what you're doing. And you know, the four of us, we love it. We felt the spark when we first started playing, and I think we still get excited about all the music we're putting out and what we have to put out. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick, just to counter Jeff's everyman musician comment. But as for our
Anyone
training,
can get there.
anyone, yeah, man, well, elbow
Put the
kicks.
hours in.
As for our
Believe in
formal
yourselves.
training, it's more just like, I think of it as more tools in our toolbox. You know, like anyone can, have a melody pop in their head, but it's sort of, more colors on the palette, however you want to phrase it. But it just allows us to reach for more sounds, and especially during the pandemic with, knowing what we know, but all the software that's out there now, we've just been really diving into that as well. It's just been really cool, all these like full orchestras that you can download, and then having our musical training to sort of know how to pair things together and stuff that comes together, and it's just fun. But yeah, more tools in the toolbox is really helpful.
Okay, tell us about the feature film from which we're playing back song performances. Summertime vibes, clearly. What begins on a lake in a canoe with a guitar and two voices, and ends where all good summertime days end, under the stars by the firelight with guitars and song. Tell us about this great feature film, The Marshmallow Review.
Tom, do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Is this your baby, Tom? Are you the spearhead of this?
We're like a 4-parent family, each taking part in raising our babies. Yeah, we'd started doing some more live performance stuff with through COVID and stuff. It started off with a Canada Day performance that we were supposed to do in person that then got moved to online, and we played this thing in my apartment and realized, like, hold on, like we haven't really explored this avenue before, like just setting up with a camera and putting a production together. And then we did another one after that got a bit more involved, and sort of after we realized that this thing had legs, we kind of got more fancy with it. So we got our friend Julian Peter, who is a fantastic cameraman and filmmaker, to help us out with this and handle sort of the video side of things. And we wrote a show around it, which is something that I'd always wanted to do. We've always talked about doing like a Christmas special or something like that in the past. So we thought, what would be the Christmas special of the summer season, kind of thing. So so Devin, his dad has this fantastic cottage that we were able to use, and we sort of built a show around that. What would music and this cottage, where do they meet? What can we do in that location, atmosphere, and how can we show essentially them the world, what we're all about in that environment.
The great outdoors, nothing beats it. Is it a secret what the lake is, or can you tell us?
Devin?
No, we say it in the film. It's Gull Lake. It's just in Gravenhurst. And my father just retired right at the start of COVID, and he was living in the States, and he moved back to Canada and decided he wanted to live on a lake. So we found this place, and the lockdown just extended so long that, and we were 6 months in, the live stream fatigue had sort of set in a little bit, and we sort of were trying to think of more creative ways to just, rather than like iPhone, here's me on an acoustic guitar, which, we've done our fair share of that too, like not knocking it, but we wanted to try and explore it a little bit more. And the variety show aspect that we sort of started on with Live from Tom's Apartment, that one had more of like, we had a late night video, and this all ties into like other projects that we do called Outtakes, where we have all this extra music that we create that doesn't necessarily work for Jane's Party, but maybe it's like a gospel tinged groove, or it's some 80s synth vibe, Miami Vice style. And coming up with this project, we just had so much B-roll and and extra scenes to score, to sort of like film score to. And we have all this library of music that we've got that we're just sitting on. So it was really great to be able to bring all these extra tidbits of like Jane's Party music and put it all together in this feature film.
Let's do 2 more songs now. Who wants to do a little setup for the song What I've Been Missing?
I guess I can.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
You're about to listen to What I've Been Missing on an Island by Jane's Party.
Welcome to the Marshmallow Review. We're on an island.
Show me a smile. Show me the way you feel when it's real. Send me a line. Send me the words I need to believe what I read. There must be some in between. I've been missing this time. There must be something to find. I've been missing this time. What I've been missing this time. Show me some style. Tell me about the way this begins. Give me a sign. Oh, make me believe the time that I spend is divine. There must be some in between. I've been missing this time. There must be something to find. I've been missing this time. What I've been missing this time. You don't believe everything that you see, and you can't understand every moment you live. All those you've been missing. There must be some in between. I've been missing this time. There must be something to find. I've been missing this time. What I've been missing this time. This time. reflections and shadows, perfection. In the sea breeze, in the tree leaves, along my walk back home. It reminds me I'm not alone. It reminds me of a time we shared with your soft skin running through my head. Oh, it's blinding with no words to say on a summer's day.
We're Après at home from Blue Mountain Village. I'm Jeff Woods. What better than sitting under the starlight next to the light of a campfire with friends and guitars and songs? Everyone sits around a campfire and says, I wish so-and-so were here with a guitar. And in fact, that's all we have in this episode of Après at home. That one called Daydream, starring Jane's Party, and from the band Jeff and Tom and Devin are here. Tell me, guys, how much of being a musician is fueled by the human connection of playing somewhere on a stage, in a club or a theater or an auditorium or at a campfire, and getting real-time feedback, in the flesh, people watching and reacting, the audience, which is something we haven't had a lot of in a while. How important is that, and how much do you miss it?
I think, I mean, the first ingredient before you even get to playing in front of an audience with all these stay-at-home orders, even just the four of us getting together to play together was such a huge thing. Like, we hadn't played together in months, and it's been, like 12 years since we haven't played together, like, that long. Like, it's crazy. And so even before you bring the audience into the mix, just being able to play with the four of us together was such a treat, for those other specials we put together, and then for Marshmallow Review. And then you sort of bring the audience aspect into it. It's cool, the feedback you can see online with comments and all the YouTube and all the different channels. And it's cool to see where people find you from, like, hello from Peru, hello from Brazil. Like, that's all really cool. But there's definitely something you miss about being in a room face to face, getting patted on the shoulder after a set, good set, bud, something like that. You definitely miss that face to face interaction for sure.
Tom or Jeff, anything to add?
Absolutely. I think that was another big reason why the Marshmallow Review was so appealing to us, because we hadn't played together for so long. And early on in our career, we actually, when we started touring across Eastern Canada, we would actually, break out a few acoustic guitars and a mandolin and a shaker and percussion and play a lot of our songs, just wherever, Montreal or, waiting for the ferry, in Port aux Basques or outside of Newfoundland. And we hadn't played like that in a really long time. So it was definitely refreshing to do that again. And now we get to show it to all of you. So we're super proud of it. Happy.
Tom, you get stuck with this one. Biggest hopes and dreams for 2021 for you as a musician, as a human on the planet.
Oh, geez. It's a big one. I think we've gotten sort of out of necessity used to planning for worst case scenarios, unfortunately. And that's a really easy way to get bummed out, by the way, if anyone wants to go further down. We're sort of prepared ourselves for, not playing another live show till 2022, if it goes that long. So our hopes and dreams is for that to, for shows to come back sooner, for us to be able to play again this year. And I think that would be enough. If that happened, I think I'd be a happy guy. It doesn't even have to be a show like Devin was saying. Just playing in the same room with one another is a treat. It's probably the best part of it. So getting to do that would be sort of probably my biggest hope and dream.
Okay, I'm not going to say goodbye yet, but I am going to say thank you for joining us for Après at Home. We still have two more songs to come, two final songs from the Marshmallow Review that we'll show you today, the second of which comes straight from the heart. The first is a song that I think most people watching from home or wherever you are will fondly recall, as I did, especially the way you do it and do it by the campfire. And I won't spoil the party by saying any more about it, but rather leave it to Tom, in the video who sings it to tell you a bit more about how this came to be. Après at Home continues with Jane's party.
So I spent like probably about a week during COVID just by myself in my apartment. And there's just one tune that came to mind. And I couldn't believe that it hadn't been played more by just all the, you know, cover videos and things I was coming across. And so I learned it. And my favorite part about this is that you'll probably won't recognize it when we start playing it. But once the chorus kicks in, you'll instantly know what we're talking about. So this is when I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. But when I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. It's hard to be sure. Sometimes I feel so insecure. Love so distant and obscure, but remains the cure. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. And the craziest thing about this is there's a bridge section that has this like wacky classical interlude, which I also learned, and it goes like this. When I was young, I never needed anyone. And making love was just for fun. But those days are gone. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna
coming straight from the heart when I say I'll give you a second chance. Straight from the heart when I say I forgive you in advance. Straight from the heart when I say forget the master plans. Straight from the heart to the day that it's over, that it's over. It's coming straight from the heart to the day that it's over. I was thinking in all the lines I'd read, all this back and forth running round my head. I guess some things are better left unsaid. It's coming straight from the heart when I say I'll give you a second chance. Straight from the heart when I say I forgive you in advance. Straight from the heart when I say forget the master plans. Straight from the heart to the day that it's over, that it's over. It's straight from the heart to the day that it's over. It's coming straight from the heart. It's coming straight from the heart. It's coming straight from the heart. It's coming straight from the heart when I say I'll give you a second chance. Straight from the heart when I say I forgive you in advance. Straight from the heart when I say I forget the master plans. Straight from the heart to the day that it's over, that it's over. It's straight from the heart till the day it's over. It's coming straight from the heart. 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 It's coming straight from the heart.
The band Jane's Party with songs and videos from the Marshmallow Review, filmed in their band bubble in the summer of 2020. Tell us this, how do we get more Jane's Party? Where do we go?
Well, you can always check out janesparty.com, no apostrophe. And then, during this quarantine, we've really been proactive about making sure we are everywhere. So you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. You can even find our guitar chords. We've been putting our guitar chords up online if you want to learn how to play along with our songs on Ultimate Guitar, on Chordify. So we're out there, man. You can find us at Jane's Party Band on Twitter and Instagram. And, we hope your audience will enjoy the Marshmallow Review.
Thanks, guys, from Jane's Party. And thank you at home for joining us for Après at Home, where we bring you content every day of the week. Mindful Mondays with yoga classes from Iwa Spa. Groovy Tuesdays with groovy facilitator Tyler Boyle. Weekly giveaways for Winning Wednesday. And Foodie Fridays. Village restaurants and shops are still open for takeout, curbside pickup, even virtual personal shopping. Visit bluemountainvillage.ca to view all your options and help support local. I'm Jeff Woods. Come find all my music-related content at jeffwoodsradio.com. Till next time, do stay safe. Ciao.